evening. Welcome to Take on Tech. Well, yes, we have now moved to Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. So make sure you be joining us for great conversations in this area because we keep you updated on matters technology. Particularly, today's show is all packed up just for you. Githaiga will be coming up in not too long to talk about blogging. We also have a great, interesting techpreneur who has innovated a Wi-Fi vendor machine. Want to know more about it? Stick around till the very end. The hashtag to use is Take on Tech. My name is Stephanie Ayieta. With the tough economic times that we are in, people have adapted to different methods in trying to manage their finances. So we are asking you today, how are you leveraging on technology to help you manage your cost of living? How are you leveraging on technology to help you manage your cost of living? Talk to us. The hashtag is Take on Tech on KBC Channel 1. And as you do that, we'll keep you updated with what has been happening in the tech world. We'll be telling you about the rise of 5-year-old TikToks. These are 5-year-olds using social media, most especially TikTok, despite these social media apps having an age limit of 13 years old. That and also about the recently launched Africa Development Center by Microsoft here in Nairobi, Kenya. Much more details into these stories in our Tech News Roundup.
An annual study into media habits by Ofcom, the UK's communications regulator, highlighted the mini social media experts with a third of parents of 5 to 7-year-olds revealing their child had a social media profile. Among the 8 to 11-year-olds who used social media, the most popular platform was TikTok, with 1 in every 3 having an account. TikTok is a strictly 13 years old and above platform. A spokesman from TikTok said they have processes in place to enforce their minimum age requirements, both at the point of sign-up and through the continuous proactive removal of suspected underage accounts from the platform. Instagram is an over-13s platform and offers a number of parental controls. But across social media, many children choose to have multiple profiles on the same social media app or site. 2 out of every 3 of 8 to 11-year-olds surveyed used multiple accounts or profiles on social media, the regulator said. Among this, almost half have an account just for their family to see. It also found 1 of every 5 children aged 12 to 17 surfed in incognito mode or deleted their browsing history. Ofcom said 1 in 20 children circumvented parental controls put in place to stop them from visiting certain apps and sites. Ofcom Strategy and Research Director said those were digital natives and would often have skills beyond many of their parents. A 2019 research report in Kenya by Internet Society Foundation showed that children spent more than 20% of their time online accessing inappropriate content and chatting with people they do not know. It says that while the internet can open a world of possibilities, without proper supervision and education, it can also expose young people who are especially impressionable to dangers. They can also be exposed to radical content, adult content, and cyberbullying. Microsoft has opened a $3 million African Development Center facility in Dunhill Towers, Westlands, Nairobi. This digital hub is one of the only 2 facilities in Africa, with the other one in Lagos, Nigeria. According to a report published by Google and the International Finance Corporation, Africa has approximately 700,000 developers. More than half of these developers are concentrated in 5 countries, that is Kenya, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt, and Nigeria, with majority coming from Kenya and Nigeria. Kenya has put itself in a position to attract more such facilities in the near future. It is ranked number 1 globally in peer-to-peer cryptocurrency trading volume. It is also ranked number 5 globally in overall cryptocurrency activity, hence standing out as a promising center for Africa's crypto hub. Speaking on the workplace's opening, the ICT Cabinet Secretary praised the development, noting that it strengthens the nation's place as a number 1 regional digital innovation hub, placing Kenya on the trail to attaining large-scale industrial expertise standing as different international locations akin to China, India, and Israel.
Well, that's about it from our tech news. We now move to our tech of the week, which is closely tied to the question we have asked you today, which is, how are you leveraging on technology to help you manage your cost of living, having that we are in tough economic times? So in our Tech of the Week feature, we'll be telling you how some people have used some apps to help them balance their finances, from budgeting all the way to trading, and how it has worked out for them and some critics around this area. Here it goes.
The pandemic has skittled the finances of many across the world, and some find it hard to get back on the track. Here is where fintech comes into play. There are numerous apps that now help people organize their finances. An incoming tracking app monitors all the money coming in, helping one appreciate every penny. Juggling several apps is probably not for everyone, but with a sharp rise in the cost of living hitting households, many might be paying particular attention to their finances. Kerry Layton, a professional jazz musician from UK who was affected financially by the pandemic, says that she now uses the saving features, also known as envelopes, on banking apps to put money aside. She automatically assigns a job to each pound, separating it into various envelopes. She goes on to explain that it is an old-school system that our grandmothers used to use. It's been a game changer for keeping her on top of her finances. Her spending is monitored with an app called You Need a Budget, and another app helps her pay off debts. The best budgeting apps of March 2020, as per the Forbes Advisory Report, are Personal Capital, Mint, You Need a Budget, Pocket Guard, Good Budget, Stash, Honeydew, and Digit. Similar to the apps you may use from your bank or credit union, a budgeting app may provide additional functionality such as financial goal setting and cash flow tracking across multiple financial accounts. Budgeting apps can sync with your bank and credit card accounts to provide a holistic view of your finances. Some budgeting apps will use a specific budgeting approach, like envelope or zero-based budgeting, while others will address budgeting more generally, allowing for customization based on your needs. A fully featured budgeting app can help you track spending, manage recurring bill payments, set savings goal, and manage monthly cash flow. Interviewed by the BBC, Sarah Davis points out that as much as fintech is helpful, tech can't cure inadequate incomes. She argues that in fact, the new era of banking apps might be making the situation worse for some people by making it easier for them to borrow. There is some evidence from the US that customers of fintech firms get into more trouble than people borrowing from traditional banks.
With that information from our Tech of the Week feature, we are still welcoming your comments on how you think we can leverage on technology to help us manage our cost of living. The hashtag is TechOnTech at KBC Channel 1. Now, we join Grace Githaiga and Shitemi Khamadi, who's the project manager at Africa Uncensored, who will be telling us what exactly is blogging. Let's take a look.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for that introduction. You're watching the interview section of Take on Tech, a weekly program that comes to you via KBC Channel 1. It's a program that explores contemporary technological concepts and debates and breaks them down in an untech way. Now, in today's interview section, we are focusing on blogging. What is blogging? Especially during election times and times like this, we've heard of the 36 bloggers, we've heard of hired bloggers. What is this blogging all about? In the studio to speak to us about blogging, we have Shitemi Khamadi, who is a project manager at Africa Uncensored. Shitemi will be telling us the ABC of blogging. Karibu sana to the studio, Shitemi.
Thank you very much.
I also forgot to say that Shitemi is a renowned blogger. Now, Shitemi, what is a blog? And why that name blog?
There is a sort of lingua franca in Kenya of what a blog is and who a blogger is. But you also have the more contemporary definition or appreciation of blogging. So in Kenya, for most people, anyone who is active on the digital platforms is considered a blogger. And so they would then be considered to be conducting the art of blogging. But professionally, a blog is an online journal. A journal that is on a platform where you, as a journal, you create content and you consistently sustain that content informed by certain objectives. Those objectives would be very personal. You just want to share your journey. For instance, if you're a travel enthusiast, anywhere you go, you want people to know about the experiences you had. And perhaps why they should also consider going there. So it's also your way in which you want to share with the world about your life. Other people as well also think of it or take it as a business or for commercial reasons. Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to start a blog as Grace. How do I go about it?
That's an interesting question. So as I said, it's an online journal that is often on a platform. So maybe I could describe it quite mechanically or elementary. There are diverse blogging platforms that exist. Some are very easy to maneuver, others are more complicated to maneuver. So if I were to take an example, someone who has zero techie or technology knowledge, then your first stop must be on a platform that is easy for you to maneuver. You do not need a third party or a second party, like say an IT professional, to be helping you post content there. And of course, the most popular platforms, one is called WordPress, and then it's called Blogger, which is owned by Google. So and one of the reasons why they are most popular is because the ease that it gives any content creator to use. Now, the next issue now you ask yourself, okay, what type of content do you want to be creating? So someone may want to be creating only text content with a few images. But if you're a photojournalist or a photographer and you want to be sharing with us your skill, your proficiency in photography, then you must also take a platform that will support heavy visuals. And others who also do video, also the same thing. So once you have answered yourself, you've answered those sort of preliminary questions, now you can say, okay, now let me start doing a blog.
Okay, can posting, say, on FB be considered blogging?
Posting on social media platforms is considered microblogging. Now, the key thing that separates microblogging from blogging is ownership and copyright. By ownership, when you have a blogging platform, you, for instance, will choose a name for it. And of course, you'll have diverse reasons why you chose that name.
Are there tips to choosing a name?
I mean, that's a good question. I think that there are some tips to choose a name, but so for instance, one, I don't know why, but quite popular way in which people start blogging, they actually use their personal names. Why? Because you want to grow yourself as a brand. So maybe you're already known in one or the other offline. So you want to grow that brand online. So you want more people to be associating yourself. Once they see it, they know it is you. It is owned by you or operated by you. That's one. Two, you also think about the sector or the industry that you're writing. So for instance, technology. For a good example, there are quite a number of technology-related blogs. For instance, Techish tells you that's a blog. Tech Moran, that's technology and a Moran. Tech Wiz, technology, who is a wizard. You get? So think also about the industry that you're in.
Targeting.
Yeah, so that you'll target it, so that it's quite easy for people to know about it. But sometimes people just have a name that comes to mind. Like they like this name and they decide to choose it. So there isn't, I wouldn't say there is a specific formula to choosing a name. It is about how you'd make that blog relevant and readable to audiences.
Okay. Take on Tech, we'll take a short break, and when you come back, we'll pick it from there. You know, how do you make that content relevant, and how then do you attract audiences to your blog? Would be interested in hearing that. You're watching Take on Tech, the weekly program that brings you technological concepts and debates and breaks them down in an untech way. In today's section of the interview, we are looking into what blogging is all about. Please follow us on our social media handles, and that's at KBC Channel 1 across all the handles. Keep watching. You're watching Take on Tech, and in today's interview section, we are talking about blogging. What is blogging? What is it all about? And in the studio, we have with us Shitemi Khamadi, who is the project manager, Africa Uncensored. Asante sana. Now, Shitemi, if I post pictures on Facebook, and you, Shitemi, you come and copy them or download them and put them on another platform, I have no right to claim that they belong to me?
The first ownership of those platforms is actually the platform owner. And the platform owner first, like you've said, Facebook, they actually own that platform. Now, the second thing is also about corporate law continues to grow and evolve worldwide. So you would take offense in most cases of what we have seen globally, including some few examples here in Kenya. It's about what is the purpose that I would be using it for. So if it is for a commercial reason, you may have a window to sue me or to take some legal action or redress. Oftentimes when there isn't any commercial reason, for perhaps people just do not want to do it, or otherwise there hasn't been much or cases the same.
Now, back to how do we make our content engaging?
So there are a couple of things that you must do. One is, you know, when you're writing for online, you must write in a conversational manner. Because one of the things you must always remind yourself, you are competing for attention, and you're competing with, I don't know, perhaps 20 or 15 tabs someone has. There is Facebook here, there is Twitter, there is their emails, they're checking, they're searching for something, maybe a job. So you're competing against all of them. So it must be conversational way. So you have some very simple tips, like for instance, having very short paragraphs. Like online, even a line is a paragraph. Avoiding jargons becomes very important. Now goes a bit complicated to say using photos or images that you either own the copyright or they are copyright free that you can use, or you can actually accredit the ownership of those photos. To also, if you have videos, and how you'd embed those videos in the content. It's also important for you to provide ways in which people can easily share that content on your different social media platforms. So you must at least have some basic plugins that in your social media, like for instance, being able to shareable content easily on Twitter, on Facebook, and on other different social media platforms.
What a great way to end the interview section, Shitemi. There's still so much we could explore about blogging, but thank you so much for introducing us, to that section of blogging, and we look forward to hosting you again on Take on Tech.
Thank you.
The interview section of Take on Tech comes to an end, where we've been talking about blogging with Shitemi Khamadi from Africa Uncensored. Please continue following us on our social media handles, and that's at KBC Channel 1 across all the handles. My name is Grace Githaiga. Keep watching.
We have gotten to our Innovators Club, and today we have a great techpreneur, a Kenyan, who has come up with a Wi-Fi vendor machine. Well, if you remember the old telephone booths, then this is a concept familiar to you, only that this is advanced such that you can use digital currency to pay, that is M-Pesa. So how exactly does it work? Let's take a look.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this wonderful show. My name is Bosco Somi. I'm the managing director of a company called Sky Digitals. We are based in Utawala, Nairobi. Sky Digitals was established in the year 2017 with aim of coming up with innovations that can be able to give opportunity and enable brothers and sisters we have that are jobless in the country. Now, one of the best ones that we've come up with is called a Wi-Fi vending machine, and it's this amazing machine that you're looking at here. The machine comes with a web platform that allows the users to be able to monitor it remotely. And some of the amazing features that it comes with include you can be able to monitor it remotely. One, you'll be able to know the number of users using it. You'll be able to know the revenue collected remotely. You'll be able to generate passwords, customize them, print them, and sell them as credit. And I'll break that down further. In some cases, we've come across a client who wants internet for a week. They don't want to keep on dropping coins, all right? You as the administrator has got the capacity of being able to generate passwords, customize them, print them, and sell them as credit to this individual. And the person will load them on their phones and be able to enjoy the same internet for that duration you've accepted or you've agreed with the person, okay? When one wants to access internet from this machine, there's actually a procedure on how to go about it. So how it works is just like the old telephone booths. If you can all remember, when you wanted to make a call, you go insert a coin and be able to get a chance or line to make a call. More or less the same concept, but you insert a coin in this booth and be able to make a call. But in this case, there's a procedure that you follow. You don't need to download any application. There's an online application that comes with it. So in this case, we can call this application Tech Show. Once you you switch on your Wi-Fi, the application comes automatically on your phone. But if you don't follow the application the procedure, even if you insert a coin, it will just reject it automatically. All right. Now, the procedure of accessing the internet is quite simple. So I will show you from my phone. All right. So you come and click on the Wi-Fi icon. Once you do that, you look for the name of the antenna. We can call it or customize it or change the SSID name to whatever you want. And then automatically, once you click on it, it will automatically direct you to an online platform, which is the online app. You don't need to download any app, all right? So when that is happening, okay. So once you log into the Wi-Fi, the online platform should be showing something like this, all right? Whereby, assuming you had used 10 minutes from the 60 minutes, the balance should be able to show here, all right, on your screen. And at the same point, there's an advertisement space that shows on the screen, whereby each individual, if the administrator is in a situation or rather a town where they need to advertise their products, there's an advertisement space here whereby they can make some extra revenue from. Advertise for any client and be able to make good money. So to access internet, it's as simple as you just scroll down, click insert coin. When you click insert coin, then you insert coin, then you'll be able to access the internet, all right? For instance, like right now, if you look at my time, I have 2 hours, because I'd already done some testing with the same machine. I have 2 hours, 6 minutes, and some few seconds. So remember, we've calibrated the machine to give internet for as low as 10 shillings for 60 minutes, okay? So I will insert coin. So I come in and click insert coin. It gives me that counter, and I insert coin. It goes in, and it will count for you in real time, okay? So then you click go online, all right? If you look at my time, automatically it would have added up to more time for me to be able to enjoy the internet. Initially, I had 2 hours, 6 minutes. Now I have 3 hours, 6 minutes, okay? Now I'm connected to the internet comfortably. It's as simple as that, all right? So now we can even do a live test to see if it's actually working, okay? In most cases, I like using YouTube. YouTube is semakweli for me, okay? You can click any social media you want to test if the internet is working or not, and yes, it's very much working, all right? All right. Now, that's as simple as it is. The customer journey accessing the internet is quite simple, quite user-friendly, and you'd find that you'll have a lot of clients coming in to be able to access internet from you and be able to enjoy the internet from you. Now, I'd welcome any question, but at the moment I know the social media will be there to be able to get in touch. And this is basically to show how the machine works. Yes. Thank you very much.
That has been Bosco Somi, the innovator of the Wi-Fi vendor machine. I say if you know a problem and you can solve it, then go for it. Who knows, you could be the next Jeff Bezos. That definitely brings us to a close of today's show. But as you know, the conversation never stops. It goes on in the chats on our social media platforms where we are asking you, how can we leverage on technology to help us manage our cost of living? The hashtag to use is TakeOnTech at KBC Channel 1. Well, you can also get me at Stephanie_Ayieta, that is on Instagram, and Stephanie Ayieta across all other social media platforms. How about we meet next week, same time, same place. Until then, let's keep it tech. Adios.